Hi, I'm Bonnie Annis,
And I'm Stephanie Prestidge.
and we're here from Lemoore to talk to you today about rewilding your skin. We need to talk about why,
Yes.
and we need to talk about how. So let's start with the why. I have to tell you, the why is looking at me right now. When I look at our display on the camera and I look at my skin,
Yep.
that's the why right there. So that my skin can look like this. I'm heading on 60 and I love my skin. So that's the why. That's the end result. We can talk about the science, but I think the end result is how you feel afterwards. How you feel, how you look. And darling, you look marvelous. And I don't
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone else is old enough to remember that Billy Crystal skit. So we've talked a lot over the past few months about the science behind the skin microbiome. And I don't know about the people who watch these videos, but I know for me, to be very honest, sometimes it goes right over my head. And I need things broken down so that I can make a connection. So Stephanie, in the simplest terms possible, talk to me like I'm 5.
Okay.
Why is it important to rewild our skin?
We lack diversity. We lack enough difference on our skin. We have a lot of microbes that need to be on our skin, and we don't have enough.
Why don't we have enough?
Because humans have lost connection to the outdoor world. We look at hunter-gatherer communities around the world that completely live off grid in the sense of electricity and indoor plumbing and running water. And the diversity in their microbiomes, all their microbiomes, is so much greater than ours. Like, it's significant difference.
Okay, so the best way for me to kind of understand this is looking at the microbial diversity in my gut. For anyone who's ever had digestive challenges, you know that your gut is supposed to be populated with a diverse amount of diverse types, diverse quantities, and that's what makes your stomach feel better. And that's why we eat yogurt. That's why we take probiotics. And the same thing applies on our skin. So I was doing some reading recently about the Human Microbiome Project, which sounds very fancy, and it is, because it had a huge objective. But in essence, the Human Microbiome Project was intended to look at the microbes on and in a human being and to find out the link, the connection to diseases and health. What is the link between this and that? And so we're so fortunate that we have the data from this project that ended in 2016. So a few years now. Now we're just pulling out all the data and putting it into different research projects to figure out what we need. They are looking at multiple aspects of this data, and it's amazing to have this repository of data available for researchers to use. And what ESSE has done has looked at the research around the microbes on your skin, your microbiome. So as Stephanie just said, we've lost the diversity, the wonderful modern conveniences that we have, that on a cool day I can sit in short sleeves, I can see the sun and see the brightness, but I'm not cold. We have lost that diversity because we have the modern conveniences. We are inside. We have our furnaces on right now. We are breathing recirculated air, and we are not being exposed to a diversity of bacteria, fungi, and
see if you get them.
Bacteria, fungi, and viruses.
And do you remember the one more?
And
starts with an A.
I can't remember.
Archaea,
which is something that's another further development in the human microbiome. So lots to learn about it, but we decided we were not going to go sciencey today. The key to remember is we have lost that diversity, and we need to get it back. what will happen to our skin when we get that diversity back?
Less inflammation.
Okay.
So all inflammatory skin conditions will lessen. Less acne, rosacea, dermatitis. I could keep going, but I won't. Aging better.
Mm-hmm.
Aging better is significant. More truth. I know people don't always. This is we call it puffery pieces in the industry, but truly have a pH balanced skin to acidity. We're not neutral.
Right.
So products are taking us to alkaline, and that's aging quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And healthier sebum. We've talked before about it, but we need oil on our skin. We don't have fur, so oil is what protects our external organ when we don't have fur or a shell. So getting all that back and stop taking it all off.
Mm-hmm. Stripping the
important.
sebum. So this is what I've learned too. So recently you told me that the reason we need a pH that's slightly acidic, that is our acid mantle.
Yeah.
Right?
Antimicrobial peptides, acid mantle, yeah.
So that and those antimicrobial peptides protect us from pathogenic
Yep.
microbes.
Yes.
So when we make our skin inhospitable to bad bacteria, then it's because our skin is more acidic.
Yes.
Sebum too is an interesting conversation in that your body, and I learned this recently at the ESSE Training Center in Netherlands, your body works really hard to create good quality sebum.
Yes.
And it makes the sebum according to your circadian clock, right? Your circadian rhythm.
Your best quality, yes.
Quality sebum.
Yes.
Interestingly, I have a friend who owns a bakery, and she works crazy weird hours and has terrible trouble with her skin, and ESSE has helped her a lot too. So that's why we need to rewild our skin. We need to rebalance with a diversity of microbes.
Yes.
We need to return our skin to a more acidic pH.
Correct.
We need to create better quality sebum. When we do that, we have skin that looks like this. This is what our skin looks like. Stephanie and I have conversations, about wearing makeup and stuff. We're not wearing makeup. We put on a little eyeliner because, in fact, I'm finding that the longer I use ESSE and the more happier I am with my skin, the more resistant I am to actually wearing makeup.
Yes.
I don't want to. I don't like the way it feels. I don't feel that it improves my appearance at all. And that's okay if you love wearing makeup, and I do love a good lipstick, and I do love a nice eyeliner. But that being said, I don't feel that I'm wearing makeup to cover anything up.
True.
So that is what it comes down to, right? So we're also going to have a number of other benefits we're going to experience from rewilding our skin. But I think now we need to get serious and talk about the how we rewild our skin.
Okay.
It takes...
Part I like talking about.
Yeah. It takes 30 days. 30 days, and that's it, to see a difference. And that's what I love about it, is that you don't have to change everything you do forever.
Mm-hmm.
Although you may find when you get going that you do want to change. But that's okay.
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
agree.
to
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to buy into it. All you have to do is try. And that is, and I want to talk about this, but before we do, I would like to talk about the hurdle that I had to overcome.
Yes.
With rewilding first.
When I told you what to do.
So I'm not a very compliant person, for anyone who knows me in real life. Yeah. I'm not so good at following rules. And Stephanie said, and Stephanie is a teacher, so she has kind of her thing that she says. And what did you tell me?
So I asked the team that they had to start journaling. I needed them to fully pay attention to change that they're experiencing. They have to tell me about it. They have to think about it. It can't just be I tried products on my skin and meh. So I made them journal, and I told them they had to write things down. And
I need you to write this down.
Yeah. And I told them they had to write it down, and they had to share their experience with the products, whether good, whether bad. I don't mind. Share. Because when you rewild the organ, for everybody, it's not going to be perfect. Because the inflammation has to go away. You are asking the pathogenic microbes to leave, and they're going to fight to leave. They're not going to leave willingly. And for some of us, the skin's not going to be perfect until that change fully happens. So I needed the honesty, and I asked for the honesty, and I got it. I definitely got it, which was good. But it's not going to be perfect for everybody. But the long-term outcome did get a lot better.
It really did. And I remember thinking, I had read about rewilding and the process of rewilding, and there's a blog on our website about it too. We'll make sure it gets in the comment section. That the blog says you may experience some purging in your skin. I am far beyond having breakouts, and yet I had a cystic breakout that was quite painful for a few days, and I was shocked. Yep. But I wrote it down, and it went away and has never come back. I know, speaking from my own journal, I know that what really struck me, and I was about on day 3 or day 4 of rewilding, where I had this realization that I didn't need to exfoliate.
Yes.
And that was a really bizarre feeling, because exfoliation has always been part of my regimen. And I have, 2 days a week, 1 day a week, depending on the exfoliants that I'm using, whether a chemical or a mechanical exfoliant. And I always thought that was a nice, healthy regimen. And certainly I'm not demonizing exfoliation. I just felt that I didn't need it anymore. And that was really quite remarkable. And I woke up one morning thinking, I feel like I've stopped fighting my skin. And I wrote that down. And it's really interesting what happens when you write stuff down. I will say I am the least likely to have a journal in any shape or form. When my daughter did the rewilding, she did a video journal, which was good for her too, because she didn't want to write anything. I like making a couple little notes on my phone. So there's all different ways that you can journal it. Yep. But I honestly, and I was very resistant. I do think that recording the process and your experience is really vital. So that's enough about that. So let's move on to talking about the how. What do people need to do to rewild?
So ESSE has made it super simple, and they just came out with our brand new kits, which is so exciting.
Oops, trying to knock it over.
Yes, as it's giving you enough product that lasts you an entire month in these kits. They're not tiny kits, they're big. And so these are the bottles in the actual kits. So the kit is giving you everything you need. It's giving you a 3-step home care routine. So keeping it simple.
I have 4 products here. How is this a 3-step?
I know you like that. They always
do math.
They always include a treatment. There's always in every kit a treatment product.
Okay.
So that is Protect Oil.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? What are the steps here?
Sensitive cleanser, sensitive mist, which is your toner, and your hydro moisturizer is like your 3 steps always. Okay. But your treatment product is Protect Oil. And do you want to share why?
Well, I would like to talk about the Protect Oil because
I know it's a team favorite for everybody, but I'll let you go to that one.
It really is. Can I talk about this one first?
Go for it.
Okay.
Why you like it?
First, I want to talk about sensitive. Why is everything so sensitive? I would not say that I have sensitive skin at all.
Okay.
So why would sensitive be the thing you start with?
Sensitive is the main rewilding pack because when you first give your skin probiotics, it's going to need that adjustment period. It's going to inflame before it calms down. So no matter what a person's skin type is, no matter what a person's skin conditions normally are, they are going to have a little bit of inflammation before it calms down when you start introducing probiotics to a skin care routine. So that is the reason for sensitive.
Okay.
You got to let it do its thing and come down.
So start here.
Yes. You don't have to stay there, but start there.
Right. There are a couple of other kits, but I would say this is absolutely the first thing that anyone should start with.
Yeah.
So I use the sensitive cleanser, and I mean I have a whole lot to choose from, but I really prefer the sensitive cleanser. Just even using it, the slip of it feels fabulous. I just dampen my fingertips, wash my skin with my fingers, and then rinse, and that's it, I'm done. It smells great, it feels great, it has great slip, and it leaves your skin, and I feel like I'm doing a TV commercial here, and that's really not me, but my own personal experience is that my skin feels smooth, it feels fresh, it feels hydrated, and that is the probiotics doing their job, correct?
Yes, the pre and post. And here's another question for you, because this is a common challenge we see with global brands. After you wash your face, before you put anything else on your face and you dry your face, does it feel tight or does it feel fine?
It feels fine.
And that's not as common as we think.
No, it's not. And sometimes I get really busy after I've stepped out of the shower, and I wash my face in the shower, and then I'm running around a little bit before I can put my moisturizer, my Protect Oil on. So yeah, I'm totally familiar with that feeling because I can't always manage to do all my steps at one time. So yeah, that is definitely something I've experienced. I love the sensitive mist. I would not say, and just being honest here, I would not say it's something that's like, ooh, mind blowing. But that being said, I think the value of the sensitive mist is that I only, if I put the Protect Oil on damp skin, you need 3 drops. Like that is a 12 milliliter bottle, and it lasts forever. So having the damp skin, having the pH balancing of the toner makes my Protect Oil go a lot longer.
Now, I'm going to make one correction for you.
Please do.
Because we always say this in the industry, pH balancing toners. There's no pH balancing with ESSE.
Okay.
And the reason is, it is all actually acidic.
Okay.
So when companies come out and say they're pH balanced, well, neutral's balanced.
Right.
But we're not neutral.
No.
So it's all actually acidic. So you don't have to rebalance your acidic pH with this ESSE toner. What your ESSE toner is doing is giving your skin pre and postbiotics.
Okay. So it's doing more of that feeding. Okay.
A lot more feeding.
Every step of the way. I will say that probably the biggest sizzle of this whole kit is the Protect Oil.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it protects you from UV damage. And this is a hard discussion to have for us here in Canada, where, especially for skincare professionals, who do not, after they've done a skincare treatment, who do not let you get up off of the aesthetics bed without SPF on your face. And it's really, really hard to recognize that an oil is going to protect you from UV damage.
Where you would see people understanding that is if they have a holistic focus, or they also fully understand foraging in the wild. For people that forage in the wild for medicinal plants, they get this.
Okay.
But not everybody forages in the wild for medicinal plants, so not everybody gets it yet. So it's a good point to bring up. A very good point.
There's so much to learn. And I use the Nourish Moisturizer, not the Hydro Moisturizer, because I didn't start with a kit. Do you want to talk about that just briefly?
Yes. I started with Hydro, and I switched to Nourish as well. So Hydro and Nourish, both of them have the same formulation, except the only difference between the two is Hydro Moisturizer does not have shea butter. Nourish does.
Okay.
So it makes perfect sense where you're going. For mine, it made sense as well because of climate change. In our humid summers in Canada, we might want lighter feeling creams.
Okay.
In our more dry winter seasons of Canada, we tend to want thicker feeling or more creamy.
I definitely do. I definitely go for a dewier feeling. So there's lots to talk about, but what I love about this is that this gets you started. This gets you started. It gets you seeing what we see. It gets you experiencing what we've experienced. And I think that's really, really vital.
Yeah. And when you start rewilding your skin, hashtag Lemoore.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear your stories, because if you share your journals on your social media feeds, I want to hear them. I want to read them. So share them, hashtag Lemoore.
And so most of the ESSE brand is available for stockists who are offering professional services, who are recommending home care regimens for their clients. But the great thing about the 30-day rewilding kit is that it's available for everyone, every skincare professional, through the lemoore.com website, through your professional account. If you are a consumer and would like to try this as well, we'd be glad to connect you with an ESSE stockist who can get you going. So I think, I'm going to come back to where the market is going. Based on what we know from the Human Microbiome Project, I think we are just at the tip of the iceberg. And we have to remember that ESSE is the very first worldwide brand to produce a live probiotic serum.
Yes.
They were the first in the market in 2015, and they know it best. And it's made tremendous changes for us here personally and professionally. And if you'd like to try it, please connect with us through our website, and we'd be glad to show you how to start your 30 days. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.